New update information drops today with a tease for a returning game mode. Ooh. Battlegrounds Season 4 meta is not great, and Kabam respond to this. Banquet Rank Rewards MAYBE, with a big maybe, out today, or at the usual time they said, which was early next week, Tuesday for example. And Alliance Wars Season Rewards are not correct, as well as a few things involving that. Deadpool is the first Friday.
Initializing Weapon X protocol. Kill all flat scan humans. Whoa, that was weird. All Hasbro severed Deadpool heads, and I love humans. Must be bad programming.
Yes, it's the first Friday show of the year, and I just want to, just before going anywhere, just shout out, I think I'm saying the name right, Piyush on Twitter. And I don't know if Piyush has any kind of links to anything he does, like a Patrons or kind of Etsy or anything that they might do to go do this artwork in any kind of professional capacity. But I just wanted to showcase this. So this was something that he drew, which is done with color pencils. Color pencils. Honestly, I love when people do this particular hand-drawn art. It is so intricate. It is so brilliant. You know, follow a lot of Colin Has a Beard, and as well, just seeing stuff like this, it's just incredible. Look at it. It's so well detailed. As I said, links in the description. Gable Frazera, who, if you don't know, is the ex-creative director of Marvel Contest of Champions, and yeah, it's used with the watercolor pencil. So yeah, go and check out Piyush in the link in the description down below. Honestly, it's nice to see this this art. It's fantastic. Speaking of Colin Has a Beard, honestly, incredible. There's a lot of amazing stuff that goes on in the art corner in Discord. So if you want to go and check it out, there is some great stuff that people have drawn. Like Bentley there with that amazing Quicksilver. Fantastic. And that Nimrod is sick as well. And also make sure to hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications on all that lovely stuff you do. Especially because we've got new information today. It's going to be really banging. 10 AM PST later on, so make sure to come back to the channel then. Because as we know, on the last Friday before the new update goes in, which normally it falls in this particular way as to when the event quest ends, there's always news and information. So when asked the question 2 days ago, any news on when the Gauntlet's coming back? Last update we got, the Gauntlet was back in was going to be back in early 2023, and so Kabam Jack says soon. And we'll have more information about how soon. Soon. So is that soon as later on soon? Well, you just have to tune in later on to find out if that is indeed the case. Especially as will we see a Masters of Evil event or something to tie in with it. That's pure evil. Now, just quickly onto something that has been resolved since it's been posted. As many people have pointed out, there was an issue with the Alliance War Season Rewards, which they were coming up like this, seeing that there was 5-star Nexus in for Gold 1. That has since been sorted out. It was either a visual bug or something else, which you can see is different to how in game. On screen is what it's in game, and you can see that there's a 6-star Nexus versus what is before, where someone's going yeah, if you're in Platinum 2, you're getting a 5-star next door. There's something I think more of a visual glitch in some places with this, if anything. Oh, and the rank 4 6-star materials missing, so you can see between in game it's been fixed and when people were posting about it. There is one other issue which was mentioned, and Kabam Mike responded saying, looking into this right now, these definitely do not look correct. There are also still win-loss crystals in the per war rewards that should not be there. And at the point of recording this video, it's a case that they're still kind of listed as being one of the victory bonus items that are there. So yeah, I don't know if that's something that will be removed in the next one. I don't know if it's particularly possible for Command to do that, so they'll probably go oh well, people get a victory crystal now, but they probably won't get that in the future. So the victory crystal at the moment is a bonus. It's a little bit of a Brucey bonus for the people that will get the reference about Bruce Forsyth. Other people will just go, don't have any idea. And to those people, I say, good game, good game, good. Battlegrounds Season 4 meta is our next topic of discussion, and Kabam do respond to a lot of criticism about this. I don't think this was too great. I had high hopes for this, but then the more that you kind of look at this, the more frustrating it can be. Especially if you're looking to build up a champion and it just makes the fights longer, boring, and as well, your focus point has to be of champions that are, well, your focus has to be on champions in order to counter nodes. Of course it has. but there's like intricacies and intricacies. Like suppression of the armor up buff needs to be done as standard, because you're going to get power burn, and if you get power burn and your champion relies on a lot of damage through ramp up through special attacks, again you've got a problem with that, and it's a slow burn of a power burn in any case. Yeah, frustrating in other areas. I'm sure there's people that actually like this, but there's a higher majority of people that don't like this and are definitely making their case known. It's definitely making me reconsider like my deck choices, especially when it comes to champions. I really wish I had a 6-star Terex, because having a champion that is power drain, power steal, power burn, power lock, and innovate immune is going to be really effective for this, as well as the champions I was going to put into it. I'm happy with a lot of the champions, like armor up champions, stagger champions, suppression of armor, armor break champions, stuff like that. So I've got options, but there are so many other options out there. It's probably worth I do like a video for it. I mean, to give you another example, we got Venom, and Venom does have within his kit, when facing off against tech champions, got power burn, power drain, immunity. So it's definitely worth me making a video over. I think probably I'll be able to make it for the weekend, to be honest. I'll just kind of improve the way I kind of did my kind of meta counters video at the start of this week, and kind of change that spreadsheet around. For me, looking at this particular node, I find it a little bit disappointing. I'm going to say what I like about it and what is good about it, some positives in a second. But the negative side of things that I don't want being critical about is I feel I'm being forced to rank up certain champions to take on this particular meta, which is annoying. Because a lot of the time using armor break champions, which I do kind of like slightly recommend, has not worked in certain areas. I'm going to have to make a further video to kind of like highlight that particular point, or show evidence of, which I don't have at the moment. And on my footage, I don't record a lot of stuff when I do Battlegrounds. But when it comes to like, feeling forced to rank up a certain champion in order to benefit the defense side of things or the offense side of things, can be kind of annoying, because then you're like, well, this is like before, when you felt forced to rank up champions for prestige or defense, when alliances used to do that, be like, you need to do this one or rank this up because it's going to be good for our defense. So feeling forced to rank up something is a little bit of a nuisance. But in any case, let's have a look at what Kabam Mike has to say. So I don't think you suck, but I also don't think the meta sucks. It's pretty simple, but you have to change your decks to deal with it. More rank up resources then need to be given out to the player base, as we said. You can't just brute force it and expect to win. The meta is not just affecting you, but also your opponent. It's also not just there to negatively impact you. You need to lean into with defenders that benefit the node to trip up your opponents too. Excellent. Just give us more rank up resources then. Anyway, Battlegrounds will have metas that change every season, and they will require you to change your decks up and invest more in a diverse roster. Yep. So give us more rank up resources then, to change with this ever-changing meta. People with larger and more diverse rosters will have an easier time, whales, as they should in a 1v1 PvP mode. And, most standard PvP modes are, or everyone's at an equal playing field, and it's just based on skill. That's what a lot of PvPs are based on. Remember, not in this game it is. There are lots of people sharing counters and ideas around the forums. Take a look at some of those ideas if you need them, and give us more rank up resources in order to change and rank up our champions, to therefore increase our deck size and therefore spread against the different areas of changing metas. It's pretty simple. P.S. The ones who've almost mostly said, oh, so sarcastic today. So right now, the exact same champions used in the first meta of Battlegrounds ever, with Bulwark and Explosive personality, lots of armor up chance on defense, and lots of nullifiers, armor breakers as attackers. Plus this time you can toss in power burn immune champions too. Look, here's the thing. As much as I kind of like clown on these particular things, I will be kind of giving it both barrels of effort, and as well be changing around my deck for it. But that's the thing. I will be able to do that because I have got still resources left over from the Banquet event. I've also got myself at the Paragon level, so I've got the Glory Store, I've got Loyalty Store, if for whatever reason there's something maybe there. But I'll have other things that I can choose if I want, not spending my units on that. But I've got places to go, and but the problem is, it's being forced to rank up champions each and every season on these particular matters. Yeah, again, I could reinvest into it. Should I be investing into champion? I mean, I had personally no intention of taking Silver Centurion in any way, shape or form in the game for countering or whatever, but I ranked 3 that today because I'm doing it against this meta, because I'm trying to prepare, because I'm trying to be competitive as much as possible. And that's just the thing. It's like, does it feel? It's like it does feel like it's forced to go rank up these champions now. But as I said, like, you know, there are power burn options. We just did a couple there, Terrux and Venom, and I'll probably kind of do another video. I want to kind of work and experiment a bit more with Battlegrounds before doing any further content on it, just to see what the crack is. But yeah, it's not gone down well, and I do see where players are coming from on this one. For me, looking at it, it's just a case of like, I find it frustrating because you feel forced to kind of rank up a lot of champions that maybe you have no inclination or no interest in kind of ranking up, but you're solely just ranking them up for this game mode that's been forced upon you. It's a great game mode, by the way. I'm not this and that. It's just a case of like you feeling forced to kind of play into this, where you're like, well, I wanted to rank up, I really wanted to rank up a different champion, a squishy champion, for example. Like, oh, I really want to rank up my I don't know, Spider-Man 2099, my Gore, my Hercules, that might not necessarily play into this particular node meta. So you kind of feel forced, and that's the way I'm kind of looking at this right now. And yes, it is a bit annoying, this particular node. Kabam. Also, just quickly, it looks like there's an issue with Neutralize. So someone said here, I'm having issues with Neutralize champions in Battlegrounds because of the weird interaction versus Hit Me, I Dare You. I understand how Neutralize works. Opponent's buff fails to activate, but problem is when you play against the Hit Me, I Dare You node, after the successful reaches 10 chitin charges, every hit you make triggers the armor up, and each hit causes the opponent to gain armor up buff, but obviously they can't gain any armor up because of the Neutralize, and it doesn't reset the chitin charges. So yeah, problems with Tigra. I'm sure there's problems with other champions. And Kabam Jack says a couple of days ago, he brought to the game team, apparently this is a bug that impacts specific cases, like the ones you mentioned in the forums. It is something the team is aware of, and a fix will be implemented with the next build in a handful of days. Thank God, because people want to use those champions. Hopefully you can use the information to adapt your strategy a few more days. Sad times. Banquet Rank Rewards Distribution Day. That's something that a lot of us are looking forward to. And I think that people miss, like, people are really desperate for those rewards. And before, it's taken a lot longer to release things like gifting rewards in the previous years. But yeah, like, as a lot of us knew, it was going to be next Tuesday when we'd receive those particular rewards. But there may be some good news. I mean, it's funny here. Someone says, why does it take so damn long to weed out cheaters for BG and gifting? The cheaters must be extensive. You must have just started playing the game. This is Kabam. This is Kabam we're talking about. But some good news. Okay, what's the good news? Where's the good news, right? The good news is potentially here. As stated in the initial event post and in-game, we expect the rewards to be out within a week of the conclusion of the event. As the event ended on Tuesday, that window stretches to Tuesday morning. It appears that the team is targeting Friday for these rewards, but that is always subject to change. So you could get it today, right? But don't get your hopes up. A lot of people will start getting their hopes up, and the thing is, don't, right? If you expect you're going to see it, you'll be disappointed when you don't. So think, it may be arriving today. I may prioritize the rewards, but don't get kind of like happy that, oh, they're going to be here, which would be great, by the way. But let's face it, you know, you gotta kind of make sure that Kabam are well suited to this, because this is not in their nature. It's not in your nature. Just quickly to finish off, I know I did on Wednesday arena predictions. Well, the problem was we didn't know who the featured was on Wednesday. Kabam didn't post on the forum who it was, so we didn't know. So I'm going now back with what I said, I think on Wednesday, which was 80 mil for Gore as a 6-star, 22 mil for the 5-star version. 6-star Hood, I'll go with 90 mil. Hood as a 5-star, I'll go with 30 mil. That's just what I kind of feel right there with that one. Thank you very much to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron who are on screen right now. Appreciate it, thank you. And also those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. So yeah, might be live streaming today, haven't 100% decided. But yeah, might see you later on. Cheers, everybody. As well, make sure to check out some other content, which is located on screen right now. Big information news dump later on today. Make sure to be there. And on the weekend as well. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.